Hello indie game fans! April closes off rather strongly with some awesome indie games, and May isn't looking too shabby either, but we shall kick off the list of the top 10 best new indie games of the week with Streets of Rage 4. I have just covered this recently, but on the day that my video went out, the release date got confirmed, so here we are with the returning beat-em-up series whose last entry was in 1994. This features many returning characters in what looks to be both a tribute to the old games and one which pushes the genre forward. If you're not familiar, basically choose a character and go to town, beating up baddies with both special abilities from your characters like a fire punch to wielding weapons and more. One of the most iconic and critical part of the series is the music, and this developer did manage to get the band back together, getting the composer of the original games to contribute to this. I do like the art, which is fantastically well done, so really can't wait to play and hope that it breathes new life into the beat-em-up genre. Medieval times have inspired their fair share of games, and perhaps none more so than RIPOSTE, a local multiplayer fighting game in quite a literal sense, where players control disembodied hands wielding weapons and must stab and smash their opponents. There's something to be said about a consistent theme that really ties everything together, from the gameplay, art style, font, and so on, and this is a great example of such a game. There seems to be quite a large variety of modes, even including jousting and fishing, so a pretty neat game that I hope does well.
Hello, my name is CELESTIAN, Director of Project Flamingo. I hope you're enjoying the simulation, but if at any moment you want to quit and exit, well then, we prepare for you 7 trials. 7 experiences designed as video games, clues to help you find your way back to reality. No instructions, no tutorials, you have to figure out for yourself. But fortune favors the curious. So let's start with experience number 1. Man versus machine. Naturally. So good luck and see you on the other side.
I'm not quite sure what to make of Project Flamingo X1, since it appears to be an ARG title of sorts, with the first of 7 experiences named X1, promising that it will lead you out of the simulation Matrix style. I'm buying whatever they are selling, since fortune favors the curious.
Mankind has been lifting and moving objects since the dawn of time. Welcome to your first step towards becoming a certified furniture, arrangement and relocation technician.
A no-brainer for this week's video is Moving Out, the co-op furniture moving title, which looks to capture some of that same local co-op magic as Overcooked. As a fan of these sorts of games, this one looks different enough from the cooking-focused titles and seems pretty good, with funny writing and humorous irreverence to the concept of the mover. There are sofas, tables, pianos, dead giraffes, rolling boulders, lava and more, but it seems like a real hoot with friends.
Smarter, not harder. Always dispose of the evidence. Be aware of your surroundings. And remember, moving objects is always more effective with a partner. Not only is it safer, but more fun. Moving Out. Coming to the very latest in home entertainment platforms. SMG is a video game developer and not a real moving company. Do not try any of the stuff you saw in this trailer at home.
A stylish action-adventure RPG inspired by Japanese folklore, I was pretty impressed with the visual look of Koi Unleashed, contrasting 2D characters with semi-realistic backgrounds to great effect. You can control a party of adventurers as they explore this mysterious world where mystical creatures roam and an ancient dragon is causing mayhem. looks super neat, so hope the combat and RPG mechanics hold up. Just a quick note, if you are new here and enjoyed the video so far, be sure to subscribe and check out the Discord channel while you are at it. Here's to more indie gaming coverage, so back to the video.
This place is a nightmare. Nothing here on this ship makes sense. Everything has gotten all muddled.
For better or worse, the roguelite trend is here to stay, with the latest entry being Dread Nautical, which applies that procedural run-based gameplay into a turn-based tactics game, set on a doomed cruise ship where eldritch horrors have taken over. While there are unique playable characters like a singer and an ex-Yakuza enforcer, the game's description does state seeking out other survivors, finding food and other resources, and managing your safe haven, so survival and base building elements, although I'm not quite sure how the roguelite elements factor into this. Seems stylish and could be interesting.
Welcome, employee, to the Bureau of Shipping, where we deliver your goods real good. Your job is to train delivery robots by building and sharing levels that simulate real-world delivery.
Since the release of Mario Maker, a number of build-your-own platformers have come out, and one which stands out on PC is Levelhead from the creators of the excellent Crashlands, and it is releasing in 1.0 after about a year in early access.
But what delivery situation does this prepare GR18 for? Okay, this is literally a song. Could someone explain to me why there is a teleporting shark in here?
Oh, we had some lying around.
What do you mean, laying around?
This is a working calculator!
Why?
Taxes!
Taxes?
Whoa, oh yeah, whoa, no, my God, not so bad! Whoa, be running, yeah!
Could you stop?
As the trailer shows, the creation tools in this are quite powerful, with the ability to create Kaizo-style death traps, a working calculator, I wanna be the guy style unfair levels, and even a pinball table, so be amazed at the creativity of the community or give it a shot yourself. The platforming controls in this take a little while to get used to, but a great entry for the maker genre.
You know what? It's Levelhead. Build whatever you want.
This is yet another turn-based RPG which I've been looking forward to, since Celestian Tales Realms Beyond is the sequel to Celestian Tales Old North from 2015, and is set 9 years after the original. While the world is the same and there are some returning characters, this is a fully independent story which can be enjoyed on its own. Follow 6 companions, sworn as knights to a noble family in their struggle to survive. This is set in a morally grey world where there isn't any clear-cut right decision to make, which should result in quite the interesting storytelling. Furthermore, the combat system is supposed to appreciate your time, where your party fully heals after every encounter, and there is the option to grind through random encounters if you want, or to skip past them if you don't, where every encounter requires a little bit of thinking and you cannot just button mash through them. Seems pretty interesting with a cool art style, although this has been on the upcoming list for a little while now, and I'm not too sure if the date is confirmed. I do enjoy matching puzzle games like Triple Town, so Puzzle Pelago, a drag and drop economy, got my attention. This has you constructing buildings and connecting supply lines, crafting goods to provide for the entire island. This seems to be set in distinct levels in a puzzle game fashion, with over 100 levels and 13 different types of goods to produce. The low poly art style is a charm, and given the restrictions shown off in the trailer, where I believe lines cannot cross, this should exercise your brain and looks up my alley. Traditional Japanese art has been used a couple of times in games to great effect, with the Wind and the Wilting Blossom being the latest example. This is a roguelite turn-based tactics game with the structure of something like FTL, where you travel across Japan, recruit powerful allies, and defeat the bloodthirsty sorcerers. Face off against both human and yokai enemies in turn-based tactical combat, where your characters can level up, equip various items, and so on. There are randomized events as you travel from node to node, with new characters, weapons, and unlocks from run to run. It looks super awesome, taking the #1 spot. If you enjoyed the video, why not share it with a friend? Check out even more great indie gaming videos, and in this current climate, stay safe and I will see you after the jump.